And I figured, well, I'm going to be losing money no matter how, but at least this is like a real gig.
Yeah.
So I drive to outside of Pittsburgh to Robert Morris College. They put us up in this shitty like roadside motel, which, at least it was clean. And then I go to the gig and I walked into the place, and this one wasn't an auditorium and it was huge, but I walk in and all the lights are down really low, like dim, like I'm squinting, and all you hear is like, could only sound like, that's the crowd. It sounds evil.
Yeah.
It sounded like the house in The Exorcist. You know, when the priest walks up to the house in The Exorcist, and the house is going,
not a good sign.
That's what it sounded like. And I was like, oh, this is going to suck.
Yeah.
Now, to this day, I don't remember who I was opening for, and you'll know why in a minute.
Okay.
So the guy that I was opening for came up, and he walked in. He was like, oh, this is going to suck. He felt it too.
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to be bad.
The headliner was not feeling it.
No.
Right.
So the kid who's starting the whole show came up and he goes, hey, you're here on a great night. We all just got back today from spring break. So everybody is wired and probably a little drunk.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is going to hurt. Dead man walking. So he gets up on stage and the first thing he says, he's like, all right, you motherfuckers, come on. We're going to do comedy. And by the way, let's try to be a lot nicer to these guys. All right.
Uh-oh.
So obviously they've been murdering comics on a weekly basis and bearing them out back.
Why go to a show if you don't like comedy?
So they introduced me. Ladies and gentlemen, this next guy from New York City. Boo! Boo!
Why?
R.C. Smith. R.C., we like Pepsi. Boo!
Yeah.
It's just everything. So I get up on stage. I take the mic. Hey, how's everybody doing? They don't want to hear anything from me. They're yelling at me. You suck. Fuck you. Get off stage. I'm on stage for 6 seconds, and they've already decided they hate me.
Yeah, we got an update, by the way. I think on the computer. Go ahead.
So I try to do everything. I try every trick in my book that I've been known to have in 5 years of comedy. I try to do material. No. I try to do crowd work. No. I try to be nice. No. I try to be mean. No. I'm supposed to do 40 minutes. 5 minutes into it, and you can't see anybody because they have a spotlight that is like the sun
on you,
on me,
and the rest is
just pure darkness or a white spot in the middle of my eyes from where I was looking at the spotlight.
Yeah.
So I don't see anybody. All I hear is noise. All of a sudden, out of the light, I see this thing cartwheeling towards me. This little object cartwheeling towards me. I try to move, but I don't. Smacks me right in the head. It's a drumstick from a chicken wing.
Oh, my God.
Right in the head.
They're chucking food at you.
It hits me right in the middle of the forehead, and they go bananas like Michael Jordan or LeBron James have just hit the last shot to fucking win the championship. Yay!
You got him!
Yeah. So I'm like, what should I do? Oh my God. Should I go down into the audience and beat the crap out of the kid?
You threw it back,
no,
right?
I don't know who it is. I don't know who. I can't go down there. Plus, that's going into the pit of despair. Because it's so dark down there and it's writhing like rats. So I'm like, okay, I can't go down there. I said, should I brush it off and keep going? No, because then that'll make them want to throw more food.
Right.
So I drop the mic. Boom. I give them the finger. And I walk off stage.
Good for you. There's not too many other things you could do.
So then the kid in charge came up and he goes, wow, that was kind of rough, wasn't it? I'm like,
really? Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, thanks. So then he turns to the headliner and said, all right, so what do you want me to say when I bring you up? And the guy goes, fuck you.
Done.
He goes,
I'm out.
They crucify him and then I have to go up there and get nailed to the cross. Bullshit.
Right.
Give us our money. We're leaving.
Good.
So they hemmed and hawed. Meanwhile, the crowd they don't even know that we're not on stage anymore. They think the show is still going
just
on.
Yelling at,
occasionally someone gets up
and the curtain in the back.
Occasionally someone gets up and stage dives. I'm pretty sure someone went up and picked up the wing that hit me and ate it in front of everybody and then spit it out.
Yeah.
So it takes them about 20 minutes. They give us our checks. The guy is gone before I can even introduce myself. So I have no idea who he was, what his name is, whether he's even still in comedy anymore.
Yeah.
I go back, get in my rental car, and drive home.
Wow.
And that was the worst gig ever. Robert Morris College.
That's terrible.
Start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
This is The Five with Smith and Milano.
Houston, Atlanta, roll program.
5 topics, all funny shit. Here's number 1.
All right. You have the first one. And now on the way up here, you had heard a story. And exciting news.
This wasn't even on my radar.
No.
This wasn't.
Radarless.
Matter of fact, I haven't even thought about anything like this since I was probably 6 years old. Crayola the Crayon Company, based in Pennsylvania, by the way.
All right.
They've unveiled a new color. First of all, they got rid of a color, and now they're getting a new color. They got rid of dandelion.
For production costs, I'm imagining.
Right. Dandelion is no longer a color.
Because kids were like, fuck dandelion, I don't even use it.
Right, because it's
People
yellow.
were sending the box back with the 64 crayons.
Right, and it's yellow.
Dandelion was brand new in it.
It's just yellow.
It doesn't show up
You
on
don't
most
need to-
cartoons.
you don't need to call it.
You know, the white, it's always like, it doesn't even show up. What am I doing this for?
And what are you going to make this yellow? The sun. or a dandelion. Those are the only two
I asked
things.
the kid why he was using white one day. He said, well, it's teeth. It's for contrast. I said, I hate you. I hate you so much. You're so stupid. It doesn't even show up.
You're the only one that
You're the only
thought
one
of
using
what to
white.
do with white. So anyway, they had a big contest. They wanted to do a shade of blue. They wanted to do a contest. So the winning name that they came up with is...
Balls.
No, not balls. Blue balls. That would be perfect.
Right?
You know exactly what the color is.
Exactly.
What are you coloring with? Blue balls?
Which is actually kind of purple.
I know that color. Sadly, that wasn't one of the choices.
Okay, sorry.
They came up with Bluetiful. Bluetiful is the new color. And basically, it's a light blue. And people, of course, because everybody thinks that their opinion matters, freaked out. Some people loved it. Some people hated it. They said that it's not a real word. It's the dumbing down of America. How dare they take over a fucking crayon?
Right.
People, first of all, would you ever enter a contest where you could have to name a crayon? If people said to you, listen, Lou, we're having a big contest. We have whatever you think would be a perfect name for blue.
Well, no, I would have.
Balls.
I would have put balls. Right. So, and I'm sure 30,000 men across the country entered and wrote balls, blue balls.
Well, I usually answer balls to just about anything.
Right.
Yeah. So people are freaking out that, but Bluetiful will be debuting. They haven't even released a date. Any day soon, we will have Bluetiful as the new color.
Great.
When it's just fucking blue. That's
Last time
it is.
Last time I colored. Now let me finish this because when I say my age, you're gonna want to jump on me.
Yeah, and I know, and then I'm going to go off on a rant. Just be ready. Just be ready.
Just wait though. Just let me get past the age. Last time I colored, I was 26 years old, and I'm coloring, and my friend comes up to me, and by friend I don't mean friend. Okay.
Right.
This person I know comes up to me, says, "Why are you coloring?" And I said, "It relaxes me." The truth was, I was high as a fucking kite.
And you stumbled upon a coloring book.
A coloring book, and I was like, let's do this, man. This is going to be
Well,
awesome.
because that's the new thing now. It's not even that new. For the last couple of years, adult coloring books have been a huge seller.
Right.
And you see people all over Facebook posting their artwork
Right, yeah.
that they've colored.
Well, everybody's medicated.
And we're supposed to comment.
Right.
And say, wow, no one has ever drawn
Aladdin in that way before.
like that because you're
Way
a
to go.
fucking 30-year-old woman.
Stayed in the line.
Stop it.
And all.
And my head explodes. My head explodes when people post, I think tonight I'll just stay home and color. What?
No.
But those are the same people that hate adulting. You know, like, can I stop
Yeah.
being an adult? I am so sick of adulting.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Listen, there's two reasons that being adult is the greatest thing ever. Sex and alcohol. And that's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need. If we wanted to right now, we could go and have a drink.
Well, you literally
and we
make
could
your
have
own
sex.
choices. Yeah.
Because we're adults.
That's right. But you literally make your own choices as an adult. Too.
Yeah.
You make them.
Yeah.
My kid came up to me like an hour before you got here.
Right.
And he said, "Can I have?" Mm-hmm. I haven't asked "Can I have" in a long time.
No, ever.
I go get or I take.
And here's the beauty of that. Being on the other side, the kid comes up to you and asks for something, you can say no.
You could say no.
Which is great.
Or you can make them jump through hoops to get it.
Absolutely.
It's time to thank our fantastic sponsors, actually.
We love our sponsors.
We do love our sponsors. We're going to do our title sponsor first, I would imagine. Which is Treehouse Comedy Productions.
Treehouse Comedy Productions. Guess how long Treehouse has been around? Just
35 years, my friend.
35 years. For those of you who don't know, Treehouse Comedy Productions is the oldest and original provider of comedy in Connecticut, and is closing in on 35 years of comedy, as we just said. The Treehouse's venues in Westport, Windsor Locks, Brantford, North Haven, West Haven, and at the Fairfield Theater Company. Go to treehousecomedy.com for all upcoming shows. Coming up really soon, actually, on September 23rd, Ben Bailey, star of Cash Cab.
Ben Bailey,
who's great. Absolutely one of the funniest guys.
I've never seen him do stand-up, but I hear he's great.
He's very funny.
And I love Cash Cab.
Great show.
They brought it back, I understand.
Yeah, it was gone, and there was such a demand for it that he's back doing it. And so he's going to be doing his stand-up, and I'm sure he'll talk about Cash Cab as well. That's part of his act.
If he ever goes on a
funny.
speaking tour, I know a guy who can moderate.
Yeah, me. Anyway, September 23rd. But for all Treehouse dates that are coming up, they also have the stand-up comics show coming up, which is great. The warm-up
comics, yeah.
You know, which is great.
You've done that many times.
I've done it many times. So, anyway, treehousecomedy.com to check out all upcoming shows, or you can call the box office at 203-268-5857. And also, if you go to treehousecomedy.com, you can book me, R.C. Smith, and you can even book Lou Milano.
For what I don't know.
More than happy to do shows. Anyway, treehousecomedy.com, 35 years here in Connecticut.
203-268-5857. treehousecomedy.com. Yes, there we go. We want to thank Guitar Hanger. Guitar Hanger does it all. If you're into music, if you're into digital production, if you want to learn music, you can go to Guitar Hanger. They're located close to where we record the show. We record from Danbury, Connecticut. They're in Brookfield, Connecticut. So if you're in the area, you could pop in to their Brookfield location. But more importantly, they do everything that you could get at the Brookfield location online at guitarhanger.com. You can rent a musician. You can not a musician. That would be weird.
No,
you cannot rent a human being.
No, they don't have guys hanging on the wall, and you're like, give me Ringo up there.
You can rent an instrument. You can buy beautiful custom-made guitars. You can learn to play. You got pedals. You got wires. You can get a high school instrument for your kids there. They do new stuff. They do used stuff. They do consignment, trade, everything. GuitarHanger.com. Rick Tedesco and our friends over at GuitarHanger.com. Thank you.
Another podcast you should be listening to, besides the Smith and Milano podcast, is The Rope Break. Joey Etch and Ryan Baer, two really good guys. Yeah.
I listened for the first time today to The Rope Break.
And?
It's very good.
It's very good.
It's very good. Because Joey Etch is my buddy.
Uh-huh.
And he helped us out a little bit getting going here. And I don't know why I didn't listen. You know when your friends tell you, like, hey, check out my thing.
Right.
And you're like, that's not happening.
Which means no one's listening to us either. None of our friends are listening.
Hey, check out our thing. Yeah.
No, fuck you. No. So, anyway, The Rope Break is a great show. It's your only local source for news, opinions, and interviews revolving around pro wrestling in combat sports. There's new episodes each week available on iTunes, Stitcher, and anywhere else you might get your podcast.
Yep.
See, there's an R there. So that's my... Anyway,
yeah.
Stitcher and anywhere else you can get your podcast. Listen to The Rope Break with Joey and Ryan.
DOS. Disk Operating System.
DOS. Here's number 2.
All right, buddy. I got the next one.
It's going very well so far, I think, this show.
Great show.
It's going very well. If we were to like say, let's hear it for the judges, they would give us all 10s, except for the Russian judge would give us 6. Yeah. But other
Russian
than that,
people
we're
hate
doing
me. We've been over this, right?
Yeah.
I think I was drunk. Yeah. All right. The deaf community is very upset.
No.
They are outraged with one of the interpreters that was doing their interpreting deal during some of the press conferences for Hurricane Irma.
By the way, have these people become actually bigger than the event itself?
Oh, sure.
When you see either a mayor or a governor or anybody talking about these tragedies that are helping, it's almost like the interpreters are bigger than life.
How can they not be?
Yeah.
Because they're not at all press conferences.
No.
Only where there's imminent danger to human beings, like a natural disaster is bearing down on your area. They don't do it if the murder just happened in Detroit.
Right. Or if they're opening a new road.
Right.
They're not.
The governor, whoever just gets on, or the mayor gets on and says, this is this and that is that.
Yeah.
They only bring in the interpreters for the deaf for these situations, and then we're not used to it. We're like, I got to look at this guy.
Yeah,
I got to look at him the entire time.
time.
And I got to try and learn sign language right now as this is happening.
But it seems like they all speak a different sign language.
Well, that's funny you mention that because the deaf community is very pissed. They called Marshall Green to communicate using sign language. This according to WFLA. Green, a lifeguard for the county. I don't know what county they were holding the press conferences in, but we're going to move on. He veered off course at some point during the press conference and began signing words like pizza, bear, and monster. among others, that had nothing to do with the press conference. I knew something went horribly wrong, Charlene McCarthy told WFLA. McCarthy owns Viscom, that is, a company that regularly provides interpreters for the county. It was horribly unnerving for me to watch that.